So Kamala Harris, got to get to the politics part. Kamala Harris is finally, after a week and multiple weeks of warnings and preparation, Kamala Harris finally showed up to see the damage from Helene, which is largely being described as the second most devastating hurricane outside of Katrina. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. This is her speech after Donald Trump had already pulled up with supplies with his own money and started helping people. This is Kamala Harris with her speech, y'all.
I understand that the vice president is speaking and our control room would like to hear what she has to say.
Devastating in terms of the loss of life that this community has experienced, the loss of normalcy, and the loss of critical resources. And so I'm here today to thank all of those who are working to get folks the support and the relief that they so desperately need and so rightly deserve. And that includes the fact that still in this community, up to 60% of the residents here do not have power. Many have been without running water for at least a couple of days now. Many have water but no hot water. I was just talking with one of the members of the community and her daughter who lost her husband. And there is real pain and trauma that has resulted because of this hurricane and what has happened in terms of the aftermath of it. I do want to acknowledge and thank the first responders who have been extraordinary. Having met with them, they are the kind of folks that are the heroes in moments of crisis, who do extraordinary work that is about lifting up other people. As it relates in particular to the leaders who are here and doing that work, including the first responders, most of them, as it relates to the local folks, are folks who have personally and their families have personally experienced loss and devastation, and yet they leave their home, leave their family to go to centers like where I was earlier to do the work of helping perfect strangers. And it really does highlight the nobility of the kind of work that these public servants have dedicated themselves to, which can be in moments of crisis like this so selfless in the way that they do that work. The president and I have been paying close attention from the beginning to what we need to do to make sure the federal resources hit the ground as quickly as possible. And that
it's been a week. It's been a week.
Includes what was necessary to make sure that we provided direct federal assistance, and that work has been happening. I want to thank the governor for his leadership and his close coordination with...
Eric, I know you simping today, but we're not going to do that. Eric, I know you simping today. Can't blame any president for weather disasters. Who's blaming the president for weather disasters? We're holding them accountable for their response to it. It's been a week. A week. And Trump was out there before the president and the vice president of the United States of America. Are we holding them accountable for the actual weather, or are we holding them accountable for their response to it? It's been a week. And she just now getting out there to survey the damage and speak to the people and bring solidarity and then hopefully resources. But we'll get to that. Let's continue.
The federal government with our administration, and I want to thank the local leaders for together creating a task force-like response, knowing that we are at our best when we work together and coordinate resources, coordinate our communications to the maximum effect for the community that has been impacted. And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And
let me tell y'all how disrespectful y'all government is. Let me tell you how disrespectful your government is. I just want to, I want to speak to y'all clearly right now. You know how disrespectful it is to give people $750 for their immediate needs in order to make sure that they're $750. $750. It's disrespectful to even say that. I wouldn't even have said that out loud. I wouldn't even have said that out loud. $750. $750. Think about that for 1 second, right? We have hundreds of billions of dollars, and that's not even including resources and weapons and how much we've spent to develop research and development and the manufacturing of weapons that we've sent over into Israel, Ukraine, and these proxy wars. Brandon Johnson just signed a $100 million contract extension, like he's signing an NBA player, like an NBA player just got an extension. Joel Embiid. Brandon Johnson in Chicago just signed a $100 million extension for a staffing company to help migrants. Brandon Johnson just signed a $100 million contract extension for one staffing company, and they've spent upwards of close to $1 billion in Chicago while facing a $250 million budget deficit this year and a $942 million budget deficit next year. We've spent upwards of close to $42 billion in the migrant crisis just in the last 12 calendar months alone. We are allocating an egregious amount of money over to people that don't even pay into the system, and we giving $750. That's the initial to get you back on your feet. $750 for people that's been paying into the system their entire lifetime, been paying into the tax base, and they get $750 of FEMA money, and they probably got to jump through hoops to get that. $750. They fought tooth and nail, the Republicans, and fought to make sure that they included funding for Ukraine and Israel inside of this Homeland Security bill. And they still got it through without no bill being passed. Zelensky can fly over here whenever he wants and say, hey, man, I need another $9 billion. We on an offensive. And you can't get set. They show up 6 days later, 7 days later, $750. It's disrespectful. It's personally. And she had to read it off of a paper. Let me show you what she said.
FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And
they got to read it from a paper. They ain't even speaking from the heart. I wouldn't even have had the courage to muster that up. Hey, man, take that out of there, bro. Take that out of there, man.
You can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity, but also that
Didn't Trump pull up with like $25 million in supplies and food and water and gas and all of that and lumber? And then they went and visited the same place that Trump had his press conference at.
If you have electricity, can be applied for online, and I encourage people to do that. FEMA will just basically verify your
Trump
address.
said, I'm about to call in Elon to make sure that y'all got internet connections with Starlink. I'm bringing money. I'm bringing supplies. What do y'all need? He was there before they even made a response to it, before they even tweeted about it, he was there.
The process should take hold. FEMA is also providing tens of thousands more dollars for folks to help them be able to deal with home repair, to be able to cover a deductible when and if they have insurance, and also hotel costs. Today I'm also announcing that the president has approved the governor's request for 100% federal reimbursement of local costs.
Hold on, let me see something, because y'all telling me something in the chat, and so I got to check that. I got to fact check that, all right? Y'all said that Mayorkas said FEMA ain't even got no money for these people? Come on, man. Don't tell me that, dog. Don't tell me that. Let me see.
Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas sounding the alarm on FEMA funding right after the devastation of Hurricane Helene. Listen.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This all.
Where the money at? What? Hold on. Are you telling me that FEMA is inadequately staffed and it don't have no money? How FEMA ain't got no money? How was Biden calling the ILA union boss for the port workers when the Baltimore bridge went down and was saying, hey man, I finally got some money? How? Where the money at, bruh? Where the money at, bro? How FEMA ain't got no money, but we sending billions of dollars? Billions of dollars. We are funding NATO. How FEMA ain't got no money? Jesus Christ. How y'all voting for this, bro? How y'all voting for this? How are Democrats inside of the chat actually able to justify some of the stuff that they typing right now? Respectfully. Because, you know, we like to make sure that we not an echo chamber. So I always like to invite people to have differences of opinion. It don't mean that I'm going to react to it the same way that you do. But how FEMA ain't got no money? And they expecting another hurricane to hit. And they can't even fix what they got. How is FEMA out of money? That's why they only giving y'all $750 because they ain't got no money. That's why they gave y'all $750 because they ain't got no money. So we gave all of our money away? I'm going to break that down a little bit more on the Anton Daniels channel.